Hey y'all, welcome back to Sama. I'm Misty, and today I thought I would give you a short story time. And this is going to have to do with boundaries because I talk about boundaries so much on this channel because your boundaries are such an efficient way to weed out bad and toxic people. And I feel like a situation that happened to me today was a really, really good example of that. Um, I will never stop advocating for Black women and anyone really to have boundaries, but it seems as though when it comes to Black women, we are not allowed to have boundaries. People feel entitled to us. People feel entitled to our time, our friendship, our whatever that they want from us. They feel like they're entitled to it. So I just want to share this story time. I met a girl through a Facebook group, and this Facebook group was for Black women who want to make friends with other Black women. And so we met up in person. We have a lot in common, same birthday. We both really like to travel. At the time, I was single, she was single. So we were looking at different guys together, kind of the girly stuff, looking at dating profiles of guys and talking about dates that we went on with these different guys, having girl dates. We would go out. Now, I will acknowledge she came in my direction, for brunch and dinner twice. So I knew at some point I would have to go in her direction, even though we only live like 20 minutes apart. So one particular day, she really didn't ask. She told me to meet her at this particular restaurant, and I'm not fond of the area that the restaurant was in. And I politely let her know, hey, I'm not a fan of this area. And you would have thought that I cursed her or said something terrible. She kind of came back really rude to me, and she told me, well, I don't care what you hate, and all this other stuff in the text messages. So I got back with her a little bit. I was like, well, you were in a bad mood. And she continued to go off, and I was like, okay, whatever. Okay. And so we didn't talk anymore. Like, we didn't call or text anymore, but she did stay on my Facebook. And so I would post statuses here and there, nothing directed at her, but just in general. Hey, I wish I had friends to do things with that could do things at a moment's notice. So, when you have kids and other responsibilities, you can't, but I don't have kids right now. So any day I could just wake up and say, hey, I want to travel here, do this, blah, blah, blah. So that was my thinking when I posted it. And here she comes. Well, it'd be like that sometimes. So she was starting to post passive aggressive comments under my Facebook post. And I noticed it, but I just kind of swatted it away. She was being petty. I know she was being petty because I'm that kind of petty. That's something that I would have done some years ago before my growth, and maybe still now a little bit. Okay. But so today, this Facebook group that we're both a part of, there was a question in the group, and the question was something like, what stops you from making more friends with other Black women? And I said, hey, well, I just feel like I'm not as trendy as a lot of the women around me. I don't spend a lot of time on makeup or beating my face. You know what I mean? Like, I don't do the contouring. I mean, there's more to life than makeup, obviously, but I just don't have the patience, or sitting down and getting my lashes done, or just there's a lot of things that are popular now that I just don't take part of. And so she commented under my comment. As soon as I commented, she commented, people are just entitled. And I know that it was at me. I know that it was directed at me because she commented under my comment as soon as I commented. And like I said, I know the kind of petty that she is, because I'm that kind of petty too, but I'm growing out of that. And so when this happened, I messaged her on Messenger and I said, hey, are we going to be petty forever? I didn't have an issue with going out in your direction, but I just didn't like the way that you were talking to me. And so she left me on red and didn't say anything. Again, I know she was being petty. So I just blocked her off everything, blocked her number, blocked Facebook, because I decided in my head, I said, this is a boundary for me. So I did try to talk to her and she ignored it. I did try to communicate that I want to be spoken to a certain way. And in my mind, I said, for sure, this is the right thing to do, because normally I would have stuck around and tried to be friends, and she would have kept talking to me like that again until I snapped. And it just made me anxious anyway that she was talking to me like that, because it triggered something in me. Like, what did I do? What did I do to make her so angry? And so I decided I don't want that feeling. I don't want friends around me or anyone around me that makes me feel like I did something wrong when I haven't. So, blocked her. She came to my YouTube channel. Mind you, she's never commented. She never likes anything. She never interacts. She never watches any of it. But she came to my YouTube channel to comment something like, oh, you're the mentally abusive one, but you have a channel about mental abuse. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I just thought that was so interesting. And right when I saw that, I knew that I made the right decision in cutting her off. Because honestly, when you set a boundary and enforce that boundary, there's one of two reactions. So the healthy, secure person, these are the people that you want in your life, are going to respect your boundary. Like, hey, I just don't like to be talked to this way. Okay, it won't happen again. I understand. Boom. Could have been over. But then you have other reactions. And one of those is lashing out, what she did, which I feel like in her case it was a little bit emotional, like emotional manipulation, because she knows that mental abuse is something that is close and dear to me, so she tried to use it against me to make me feel bad. So there's that, lashing out in anger. And then there is guilting. And I feel like Black women, we face that one the most. Guilt tripping. Someone asks you for something that you're not comfortable with, and they come back with, oh, but I thought we were family. Oh, you're my closest friend. How could you do this to me? And it's always like a simple boundary too. Like, I'm sorry, I can't give you $500. And they come with, what? But I'm your brother. But I'm your sister. We're supposed to have each other's back. Like, guilt, no. These are some of the reactions that are most telling. I just want to say to y'all, as you're going through your mental health journey or whatever journey you're on, whatever lifestyle you have, when you decide to consciously make boundaries, when you say to yourself, this behavior to me is not acceptable anymore, stick with it. Because you shifting it and caving in to these people, these are the kind of people that you don't want around, because they feel entitled to you and they feel entitled to your energy, and whatever else they want, they will continue to use the same tactics. And these are not good people. So I just wanted to share that story with you. I think that I made the right decision. Let me know how you all feel about boundaries, and like, what do you think about my situation? Like, I feel like I made the right decision, because she really showed me who she was at the end there. So also, if you are interested in coming on the Sama podcast to share your story, please do. Black women, reach out to me. I'm on Facebook at Sama Together. I am on Instagram at Sama Together Now, and then the Gmail is samatogethernow@gmail.com. So let me know if you want to share your stories. You can come on anonymously, or if you are a Black female therapist, or just in the mental health field, or if you're some sort of doctor. If you feel like you have something to contribute to this place, please let me know. Thank you for listening, and remember, mental abuse is abuse.